lifestyle podcast with our guest Jay Author in studios.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah, so this week we are going to be discussing another super herb, right?
Absolutely, and I'm today going to talk about something. Frankly, I didn't have much personal experience. I normally talk about those items where either I was exposed to some of that while growing up, and that exposure could be either thanks to my grandpa, grandmom, or my mom, or my dad, or somebody I know because of my interest. I keep learning these kind of things. But the item which I picked up today is not something I picked up on my own. I was introduced to this item by one of my friends in South Africa.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And he said that he was surprised that I don't know about it because it comes from my own country where I was born and brought up. And he said, "Oh, you don't know about it?" I said, "No." So first of all, this item is called Galangal or Galanga, or there are different pronunciations for this item. And it almost looks like a ginger.
Ginger, yeah.
But it's not ginger.
Similar taste?
Similar taste, but it's more spicy or more zingy.
Okay.
If you go to superstore, any superstore, doesn't matter, where you find more Chinese items, Thai items, Indonesian items, like where those superstores where there's a collection of more global variety of veggies.
Some international
food. You'll see Galanga. I wish I could. Maybe we should show this on our video podcast. How does it look like? And even show over there the ginger so that people can look at it.
See the difference.
It's very minute unless you really pay attention. Sometimes Galanga can be taken as ginger by many. And in my country, it's called actually Galangal.
Okay.
The way it's written, that's the way it's pronounced over there.
Oh.
So Galangal that's the way people call it, but the right pronunciation, I think, is Galanga.
Galanga, yeah. I'm sure people will know if you ask.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. Well, I've traveled to some Asian countries, Malaysia, Thailand, Indonesia. So I'm sure I've come across some of this ingredients in their cooking. The
you
food
can't
was
miss
amazing,
it.
So
it's so much everywhere over there.
Yeah.
That sometimes you might be eating it without even knowing it.
Yeah, of course. They got their secret recipes, right?
That's true. Well, you take any Indonesian or Malaysian or Thai soup or curries. They're hot curries.
So good.
Any of that kind of stuff, if you look at, they'll have Galanga over there.
Yeah.
It's always done using this as one of the main ingredients. Now,
nice.
This is, I always love to share some interesting facts about these kind of herbs or spices. And you can use ginger to make beer or wine.
Yeah, I've tried ginger beer before.
Yes.
Not ginger wine, but...
Yeah, you can do that. And many places you get these kind of things. You can use Galanga also to make liquor.
Oh, wow.
And it's done in Russia. I think it's called Nastoyka.
Okay. They put it in their vodka, I'm guessing?
I don't know, but maybe I'm not that knowledgeable about, maybe vodka.
Yeah.
Do your research.
Yeah.
But you can also use Galanga to make wines or beer. See,
Nice.
like ginger only.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what I'm going to share a little bit more authoritatively is what I know about this.
Mm-hmm.
But I found there's a good place, and then we're going to put that link in our article, in our podcast article, so that
Okay.
people can go check it out.
Mm-hmm.
Because I found there's a lot of research being done for galangal's
Yeah.
medicinal properties. I'm not that familiar, so I thought rather than me talking about it without knowing much, it's much better for me to share that link so that everybody can go
Yeah.
and check it out.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Check out from the experts.
Absolutely. But what I know and what I have seen being used, I can talk about that.
Yeah.
So I was talking about my South African friend,
Yeah.
and the way he was using this was more like he was mixing it with the tamarind water. So you
Okay.
take tamarind and mash it in a kind of
Yeah.
and water, all that the pulp which comes out from tamarind goes
Okay.
in the water,
Yeah.
and then he was putting this also over there
Mm-hmm.
and mashing it and doing all kind of things. And he said that some people love to put turmeric
Yeah.
over there, but it's not required.
Mm-hmm.
And he was mixing it in kind of in a blender
For juice.
for juice and those kind of things, and then straining it so that the pulp is taken out and you just
Yeah.
get the liquid after that.
Yeah.
It can be difficult for some people to take it. I couldn't take it,
No.
just so you know.
It's too strong.
It's extremely strong. So the way he was doing was he was making it he was diluting it with water.
Yeah.
And then he said try, and then I took it. Yeah, it was okay, not bad. But the main benefit you get is it's used for respiratory conditions.
Okay.
The friend, I'm not going to name his name just because I don't have permission to use his name. I couldn't even talk to him. I haven't talked to him for years now, as I left South Africa long
Yeah.
back. So that's how he was using, and he was benefiting from it.
Mm-hmm.
He said that he used it almost like more than a year or so.
Wow.
Regularly, he was taking it almost like a drink
Yeah.
twice a day,
Daily routine.
daily routine. And he says he has nothing to lose.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he might gain some benefits. That's the way he was taking it, and I think that's the right approach.
Mm-hmm.
And he was much better after after a couple of months, and then he saw the benefits. He kept taking it, and I was there for 2 years in
Yeah.
South Africa, and I saw him doing running and all that after that. Before that, when I had reached over there, he was my neighbor, and he couldn't even go for 100-meter run.
Oh, wow.
So
it really
I think
helped.
I saw from my own eyes that how good this whole thing can be.
Yeah. Power.
Power,
It's a
absolutely.
super herb.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Mhm. So is there any other benefits of this Galangal root besides like the circulatory, respiratory?
Actually, when I reached to see my dad and mom after 6 months of a stay in South Africa, I mentioned this to my dad,
Mm-hmm.
and he says, "Oh, I know about that." And I said, "Why you never taught me about that?"
Yeah.
So it was so common for both my mom and dad when I started talking about it. And they said that you may not know, I'd given you for digestion issues.
Yeah.
So if you have flatulence or digestion or those kind of nausea, those kind of issues, then you can take it.
Yeah.
And then you can also take it you can make it as a powder.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, it's available in the market as a powder.
Yeah.
You can take the powder, and if you have challenge of seasickness, or when people the people who have challenges with flying,
Motion. Type
yeah,
of
motion
sickness.
kind of sickness,
Yeah.
it's very good for those guys.
Yeah. Actually, I recall on a boat I was traveling in Bali, like just on a boat to another island, and they had these little pills at the front if you were getting seasick, and I didn't have to take them, but my sister, she felt like really seasick because it was pretty like wavy, and they must have been the Galangal root or whatever, and it really helped her.
That's right, yeah. And it's so cheap.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, you have nothing to lose. It's all natural. So try it out if you have those issues.
Definitely.
Yeah. It does have antioxidants.
Oh, always good.
Always good. And phytovitamins. So it's good. I mean, that's the reason why it's called the spice of life. Actually, there was a philosopher, I think maybe in Germany or somewhere, who called it the spice of life. So it's now known as the spice of life. And the reason why he called it as the spice of life, I don't know the exact story, but it's more zingy, the punch you get when you take it.
It's more out there.
Yeah. So because of that, maybe the kick, he called it the spice of life. And because of course, the medicinal benefits, which are a lot. And as I said, I don't know everything about all of that, so I'm not going to talk about much.
Yeah.
Yeah. A couple of notes maybe I think I might have taken here. It is used, again, my dad told me, and I later on found it, when talking to my neighbor, that, it's used even in, Middle East and the African countries. They use Galangal oil for the treatment of skin-related challenges. In fact, you can make skin cream.
Oh, nice.
Of course, you have to mix it with many other things.
Yeah, like a type of oil, maybe like coconut oil or something.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and with all the antioxidants in it, probably really beneficial for the skin, for like keeping youthful aging and, helping with acne and blemishes and all that stuff.
Absolutely. And you can use it as a detox.
Yeah.
So you can purify your blood by taking this regularly along with tamarind water and salt. Just boil it and then make sure you...
Yeah, you can make a tea or something,
you can... Galangal tea is like you can even see in some exotic places.
Yeah.
You find the Galangal tea, and so if nothing else, try that one out.
It's simple, right?
Yeah, it's absolutely simple. It's also given to the new moms after the birth of the child, because what it does is it cleanses the bowel system, so that new mothers get constipated pretty fast. Because of all that birth process.
Yeah, it's hard on the body.
Yeah, and it does help with something like that.
Wow.
Now this is interesting, and I found from one of my friends back in India. He said that, do you know that Galangal oil is used to do perfumes? Do you understand?
Wow.
Yeah, so I said, it's so spicy, so zingy. How can you use it? He says, yeah, that's the beauty. When you take out the oil, it's used for perfumes.
Yeah.
And I was quite surprised.
Everyone likes a different scent, I guess. Right?
Well, it doesn't, the way you smell now, the root, it doesn't smell the same way. It's totally different. And then they mix other things, so I don't know that much about perfumes, so I'm sure there might be a reason for why they do it that way.
Yeah, you can probably find like an essential oil or something like that.
Could be.
Yeah.
Yeah. And another thing is you can use it in case of diarrhea.
Diarrhea.
Yeah. So there are many uses.
Yeah, totally.
And the one which I like to keep things extremely simple. So boil the Galangal root in a pot with just water alone. Just make sure water is absolutely clean, and use that water for many health issues. So it's almost like making tea.
Yeah. I mean, I've made like tea with ginger, so it'd be like the same idea, right?
Absolutely.
Just make it with Galangal. I normally add like lemon and a bit of honey or agave or...
Yeah. Do you try agave?
Yeah, I like agave.
Oh, good.
It's like a natural sweetener.
Absolutely, that's good. So I didn't want to talk about too much about Galangal. And I think what we would do, we would make our podcast more powerful by sharing one specific authoritative source over there so that people can go and check it out.
Yeah.
And that's all I have. Before we close this podcast, I think we should again remind everybody about healthy lifestyle meals and also that we always look for people who want to share their knowledge with our audience. You know, we welcome them, contact us, and we would feature them on our podcast.
Definitely. Yeah, so with the healthy lifestyle meals, what it is basically meal planning software where you can plan your meals for your day, your week, and your month. And it really helps you stay on track to make sure that you're getting the right nutrients and vitamins and minerals throughout your meals to create that balance. And it's great because you can create a meal plan for yourself as well as your family.
That's right.
So,
and food is almost like the foundation of your health. In fact, in the olden days, it was treated almost like medicine.
It is, yeah.
Not many people do realize that majority of our modern health challenges are due to lack of proper nutrition. Yep. Which again goes back to the kind of food we take. If we take too much of processed foods, most of those, nutrients are not there.
Yeah, so true. So many people are, they're not taking the proper foods, and natural is really the way to go.
Absolutely. And so what I normally suggest is keep a balance. Don't rely too much on processed food for everything. Keep a good balance of natural food, and where you think it's not harming your health much for the processed food, go for it. So keep it like, that. Consider your health as one of the main priorities for your life. Because you can't buy health.
No.
So why not be healthy and enjoy life? And the way to be healthy is by taking the right type of food. Yeah. And if you start doing it, you're not only going to enjoy that food because it's more natural, and you're going to get a variety of food in life.
Yeah, you'll feel a lot better and you'll notice the difference. I know. Absolutely. When I switched to just like, I went on a cleanse and I felt like so amazing right after, like during the cleanse, with no gluten or anything like that, and I could really feel the energy. Yeah, but it takes a bit of willpower. That's the tough part.
That's the main thing. But anybody can do it.
Totally. Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. I think let's say thanks to everybody once again, and see you next week.
Yeah, thanks for watching, everyone, and next week we'll have another video. And like you said, if you want to be a feature on one of our podcasts, definitely contact us and we'll arrange a time and see what we got going on.
There's a page over there on healthylifestylepodcast.com. You'll see that, and you can contact us using that page.
Beautiful. Have a good day.
Okay, bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to the Healthy Lifestyle Show, and you can learn more about us at healthylifestylepodcast.com. And to plan your healthy meals, don't forget to visit healthylifestylemeals.com. We'll see you next week. Listeners should know this podcast is for informational purposes only and assumes no responsibility for how this material is used. While using any information shared here, please consult with your healthcare provider.